What's going on, guys? Cody Marchand from HydeAndZeke.com, and today we are going to go over the top quarterbacks on Draftkings for Week 1. Basically, here's the deal, guys. I'm going to take all my research that I do every single week. I already give it to you in video form. I give you my thought process. I write an article every single week, Week 1 DFS value picks, where it has who I like at each position, has their opponent, has a write-up on them, and has my projection. But I think I'm going to go one step further for you, and if you appreciate that, do me a favor and like this video and subscribe. But what I mean by that is I'm going to go right over here, take my entire research every single week, where you see every single player, you see who they're playing, you see their salary, you see how much Vegas has them projected scoring for the week, and you see how much I'm considering them as a player, how much exposure I want to them, and it's all color-coded, aka purple means it's great, blue is good, green's okay, yellow is bad, and red is awful. Basically, what I do is I have a player who I like once his talent a lot, I think it's pretty good, it's blue. It's not Patrick Mahomes, he's purple. Opponent, Washington's a great matchup. Salary 57 I really like. 27 for a team total for a quarterback is great, and this is how much I'm considering them. Obviously, you guys aren't going to have access to my Google Docs, but you know what I can do for you? Here's a sneak peek of what we're working on over at HydeAndZeke.com, where I'm going to put this all on the site for you every single week, where you're going to have quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, no kickers. This is still the template from last season when I did rankings for season-long fantasy. No, this is just strictly DFS this year. You're going to get the player, the opponent, price, team total, how much I'm considering them, and a note on every single player. You're going to have the color code, what everything means. It's going to break down the Thursday night game, Sunday night game, Monday night game, the main slate. It's going to have everyone. This is something you guys want to check out. But without further ado, let's get into what we're here for, which is the best quarterback plays in Week 1. We're going to focus on the main slate. And as you can see in my tool, and as you can see in my article, Carson Wentz is where I want to start off. Whenever you have to scroll to a quarterback that is arguably top 5 in the league in talent, and one of the best matchups he can be in, I'm going to have to go with it. He is a home favorite, a big home favorite, I believe. I think they're -7. And obviously last year was up and down. We all know what it was. But if you had to put yourself in the position to be an NFL quarterback, right? And you were like, hey, I want the best chance for myself to succeed. What would you put around yourself? Would you put PFF's #1 ranked offensive line? Probably you'd want a good offensive line. Would you want one of the best tight ends in the league? Yeah. Would you want 2 of the best tight ends in the league? That sounds good. Would you want 6'3" receivers? Would you want fast receivers? Would you want backup 6'3" receivers? Would you want one of the fastest players in the league in Deshaun Jackson? I bet you would. All I'm saying is, even if Carson Wentz was an average quarterback, he has everything in place for him to succeed this season. And I think that Week 1 is a great starting place. 5,700, I think Carson Wentz will be my highest owned quarterback for Week 1. There's just everything's going right for him. If we're staying inside the NFC East, there's one other quarterback I really, really, really do like. I think he's more expensive, which makes no sense, but it's Dak Prescott. Right now, it is September 3rd, and we're hearing that Zeke may be signing a 6-year, $90 million deal. Basically, you can't listen to any report unless it's by Adam Schefter, and right now, Adam Schefter has not said that yet at 3 o'clock Eastern. So we don't know if it is or is not a done deal with Zeke, but right now I'm going to assume that he's not playing still, and with that notion, Dak Prescott is almost as close to a must-play as it gets. I think that even with Zeke, he's a good play, but the Giants' defense just has nothing for the Cowboys. I think that they're going to come out of the gate strong. Dak's getting better every single year. He's going to have Amari for a full offseason, build on that chemistry. Amari's finally back in practice, and he's healthy off that foot injury, I believe. And I think Michael Gallup, one of my favorite players, takes a big step up in year 2. I think Dak Prescott at home comes out of the gates very hot. He's a lock for 6 touchdowns on the ground every single season. You know how we are. We do like to attack those rushing upside quarterbacks. Getting a little bit more fast fire here, we're just going to go down the list of how much we like them, how much we don't. Patrick Mahomes is the best in the league. You know, he does what he does. I'm a Patriots fan. Most talented player at the position is definitely Patrick Mahomes. I can admit that. It's pretty clear when he plays. I think he's going to have another great season. Everyone's calling for regression, but he's averaging 28 fantasy points per game last year. Of course, he's going to regress, but it's more of a to what degree. I think he's still going to be a baller at Jacksonville. Yeah, it was his worst game of the season last year. I'm not too worried about it. He is what he is. He has Tyreek Hill, he has Travis Kelce, he has Sammy Watkins, he has Mecole Hardman. He's got a track team all around him, and I think that if any quarterback can take advantage of that, it's Patrick Mahomes. Andrew Luck, no Andrew Luck. We're not even going to get into it. It hurts my feelings. One of my favorite players. We're not going to worry about it. Jameis Winston, great matchup. I'm loving him for season long. Week 1, I think that there's just way too much value below 6K to go 6,600 for Jameis Winston. Cam Newton's kind of the same thing. I really do like him in this matchup against the Rams, but if this say I'm building a cash game lineup, I don't think I can consider Cam at 6,500 when 1,000 cheaper is Kyler Murray for pretty much right around the same projection. Russell Wilson, just too low of volume. Of course, you're looking for efficiency in the quarterback position, which no one's more efficient than Russell, but it's just tough to see them in a game where they should win by a lot to really air it out 30-plus times, and Russell Wilson hasn't been winning it for you with his legs lately. That is one thing I'm worried about. Jared Goff, great matchup. Don't really love the price on the road. Matt Ryan, same thing. Lamar Jackson, I love at 6,000 against the Miami Dolphins. I think that Lamar Jackson is going to run all over this team. You know, they want to limit his touches a little bit, but I think that he's still going to be in line for 12-plus carries in a game, and that could easily be 50 yards in a score. Plus, if he gives you anything in the air, which I think he will, this is one of the better matchups to exploit. I think that Lamar Jackson 6K is 100% in play. Back to the list, I really do like Jimmy G. I want to get involved in this San Francisco-Tampa Bay matchup. I just don't know if Jimmy G is the right place to go. If you quickly look at my rankings, I do like Jimmy G, right? I have him at 5 in under consideration. Obviously, if they're in 7, they're all in the same tier where, you know, what's going to really make a difference between them isn't very much. My favorite probably in this 7 in consideration tier is Matt Stafford. One of my favorite stacks this week 1 is Matt Stafford and Marvin Jones. The Arizona Cardinals have nothing for them. Patrick Peterson suspended. That defense is not that good. Matthew Stafford is going to be in one of those more up-tempo games with Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray. I think it's going to force the Lions to play a bit faster than they want to. I think that more opportunity could lead to success for Matt Stafford. Josh Allen is a great pick. I don't think I would be going here on the road. Kyler Murray, going to be one of the highest owned players on this slate. Obviously, we have nothing to know about him. Everyone wants to get really down on him because of the preseason. Look, I don't think that they really showed what they have and what they don't have in this Cliff Kingsbury system. I don't think that you can take a lot from the preseason. I think they're going to come out a much different looking team. Hopefully the offensive line is good enough to see what Kyler Murray really has to offer. Cousins is a decent spot at home. Foles, good up-tempo game where they're probably going to be playing from behind. 5,300 is a good price. Sam Darnold's a beast at 5,100, but this defense is no joke. Not a good way to start. Andy Dalton, no. Case Keenum, no. The other one to consider, though, is Jacoby. 4,400 against Indianapolis is a great price in cash. If you want to fit him in, I think he's a fine play. I think if you want to compare him to a salary of like what points projection, where I would put him, I really don't think he's going to be much off of, you know, wherever Sam Darnold and even Kirk Cousins finishes. So to get a $1,000 discount on Jacoby is a good place to go. But really, I want to be focused on the top layers. And I think that there's just so much value in so many places where if you want to play Patrick Mahomes, you can do that. But I think Carson Wentz is far and away the best pick this week at quarterback. I think there's a lot of great picks. That's pretty much it, guys, for this video. I'm going to be having this tool out for you before week 1 this week. But right now, I'm going to be making the next 2 videos for, you know, best players at the receiver, best player at running back, and tight end. And I won't have the tool up for those pages yet. But by the time you check in, maybe if you watch this video, I'll link the tool in the description if it is ready. and just go in and check this out, because everything I'm going to tell you on the video is great, but if you can also get this while you're building your lineup, it's going to be crucial. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me for this whole video. If you like what you see, please like the video, subscribe. We're going to be doing so much content this year, guys. I really want to grow this channel, grow the family, and I want to hear from you guys on what you want to see. But that's going to be it for this video. Let's get into week 1. I'm pretty excited. Take care.